Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Saturday morning in coffee with HDR. We can go through the list here real quick and see who's in there with me this morning already. Good morning, Anthony. I think you were number one this morning. Jeff Rice, good morning. Marcia, maybe I said that wrong. Chuck, Toby, good morning. HDAV Traveler, Daniel, BD Rider, Chuck, Bob Nelson. Good morning, man. Let's go down here a little bit more. Bob Nelson, James Turner, Jerry Hawkins. Harley 103's back in there this morning. Good morning, River Bluff. Hey, everybody. So, another morning here with Coffee with HDR. I got a few things to talk to you about there this morning. Good morning, Ed. Went to Bike Week a few days ago. Most vendors and service work done at Rossmeyer's. Almost nothing is Speedway. Wonder why that is. Do you think Bike Week has diminished a little bit? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, it's smaller this year than it has been in the past. Good morning, Donovan and Leah. Donovan and Leah. Good morning to you. And Ed. Good morning. So, yeah, a lot to talk about. I was just looking for this thing here. I can't seem to find it. Let's see here. Trying to find some stuff here this morning. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I was going to talk to you a little bit this morning. I was watching, and I don't know if everybody here watches Adam Sandoval or not. Probably you do. It's probably one of the go-to moto vlog, motorcycle video YouTube channels we all go to and love very much. Judging by your t-shirt, I have an idea what you're doing today. What am I doing today? I don't know yet if I'm going down there or not, Anthony. I have, we'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, so Adam Sandoval was saying that Harley Davidson is now doing a financing program with authorized pre-owned or pre-owned authorized bikes, or somebody I'm sure can put that in the chat room and tell me what those letters were. You're going to ask me about this, HDR, about it's understandable. Ask me about what? What was you going to ask about there, HDAV Traveler? Type it in the chat room there. Hello from Kentucky. Some people are still a little shy in the big, large groups. Thus the slowdown in Daytona. Yeah, I believe that too. I think you're right. Some people are. Yeah, CPO. Thanks, Toby. Certified pre-owned. So I watched Adam Sandoval's entire descriptive of that, and he's absolutely amazing when he talks. Matter of fact, if you look at my comment on that video, you'll see I said Adam Sandoval, CEO of Harley Davidson. I see it coming within the next 2 years, depending on when the new guy's contract is. Adam Sandoval will be in there running Harley Davidson. But so certified pre-owned. Okay, so CPO, certified pre-owned bikes. Here's the thing that, and they've done that for a long time. I can sell my motorcycle to Toby, and Toby can get Harley financing for that bike. They've done that for as long as I can remember. I don't know the stipulations, but now it's going to be a little different. Here's the problem I have with it, and I commented very plainly because he didn't give us the finance rates. A lot of times Harley, at the end of every year, you'll notice they'll have 0.99% financing or 1.9, which is really, really good, right? Instead of walking in there and you have decent credit and you might get 6% or 5% financing charges. So I'm just wondering on these used bikes, they're going to make money. It's to make money for the company. So I wonder if they're doing like 29% financing or 15%, some extraordinary crazy amount of money to finance a bike. Like if I wanted to buy Harley 103's bike, it's got to be within 5 years, and it's got to be under 25,000 miles. So, and so Adam says you're getting the newest, the latest, greatest technology, and you're also getting, he talked about getting, pretty new bike with 25,000 miles and being 5 years old. Mr. McStash, good morning to you. I should have worn my McStash shirt. I'm going to have to wear that one Saturday morning here in honor of Mr. McStash, who we're planning on riding to see some point this summer. We're going up for maybe a day and taking a ride with him and his wife and myself and my wife and get some lunch and check out the area up there. Good morning, Bodine 52. Nice to have you on board there this morning. So yeah, so the certified pre-owned thing, I mean, I don't know how it's going to work out. I mean, Adam seems to believe it's nothing but financial gain for Harley Davidson because they don't have the bike. The bike is between me. Like, so Bodine wants to sell me his, beautiful Ultra Limited, and I can finance it because it's not older than 5 years and has less than 25,000 miles. I can sell mine. Mine's 3 years, 18, 19, 20. Mine's actually 4 years old. It's getting to be an antique. But I can sell my motorcycle. I only have 17,000 miles on it. So it would qualify for that pre-owned deal. So like you said, you still have to buy the financing a used bike through Harley for years. Seems like the only real change is that you're going to stand behind them. Well, yeah. So James, thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that coming up there. I'll throw this up on the screen. So James is saying that now Harley is standing behind that bike. So if I buy Bodine's bike or if I buy Harley 103's motorcycle, Harley, it's going to go into the shop. They're going to go over, do the 135 point inspection. Excuse me. And they're going to say, hey, it qualifies, and we're going to stand behind it with a warranty that you're getting a good bike. So I think that's very positive. I think it's a good step forward. But again, it's going to be the part of they're going to make money with financing. So had too many beers last night watching The Professional Monkey. The Professional Monkey. I haven't seen a professional monkey since the circus was in town. I don't know who the Professional Monkey is. Maybe that's my downfall. Sorry about that. But anyway, tuner exactly. Only other distinguisher is the age and mileage of the bike. Correct, Toby. It has to be within 5 years. So it can be no older than a 5-year-old motorcycle, and it has to have under 25,000 miles, 25,000 or below miles on the bike. And you get a 12-month warranty, BD Rider says. So it's a good step I think it is a good step for Harley, but the only thing I can see them actually gaining from it is, like I said, finance money for their finance company. And I don't know, I guess not. Again, it doesn't have to be a used bike on their showroom floor. This could be any used motor. I mean, any used bike. So pretty cool stuff. I mean, I hope it helps. He said that, and I didn't realize this, guys. Did you? Harley stock has been on a constant decline since 2014. 2014, that's a long time, man. I tried to help them increase their stock in 2018 when I bought my bike, but I dig it. They're losing money, but I don't think I can't blame it all on the Harley Davidson's in the show next week. They're in the show next week. Harley's in the show. Oh, the Monkey Crew. Okay, the monkeys. I remember the monkeys. Hey, it's the monkeys. Got a little monkey in town. Finance and the next new bike they hope people will buy because they got into the brand. And that's possible, Bob. I don't know. I mean, so hopefully they'll buy a new bike. But I don't think it's just Harley, honestly, guys. It's the economy, man. The economy, it's not as bad as what people lead you to believe. I don't think we're in a big recession by any means. I think there are people out of work, but we have a friend that sold over $6 million worth of new homes last year. $6 million in new. Who's buying them? If the economy's in a tank, who's buying that stuff? But I think it's everything in general. So I think the program is targeting HD's base middle age crowd. Would you buy a CPO bike from an HD dealer? for your 17-year-old brand new rider. That's very Toby. Thank you very much for that. Would you buy a CPO bike from Harley Davidson for your 17-year-old brand new rider? I wouldn't. We raised our children that they got to buy their own stuff. They got to work, they got to earn their own money, and they got to buy their own stuff. So, now that's not to say that we didn't help them, buy their first beater car. I think every parent does that, buy your kid a $2,000-$3,000 car that they can. And when I was growing up, my parents, it would be like a $600 car. My sister remembers when she used to buy $200 cars and drive them for 2 years and take them to the junkyard. Can't really do that anymore. So have to do shots. You guys have to do shots here. What was I reading? Shots on your show when the monkeys are on. Yeah, I think it is. I think Bob is having that group on next week. So I guess I'm going to have to do some research and maybe watch them. I heard they're pretty good guys. I know for sure. And I don't think Touring Midwest is with them. Is that part of that group? Touring Midwest and a few other guys I've seen here in our chat recently. Let's see what Anthony's saying. The 2021 is selling like hotcakes at dealer I use. Yeah, but the dealer you use only gets like 4 2021s every 3 months. So it seems like they're moving fast. But if you go to Steel City where they get, 40 new bikes every 5 days, they seem to just be sitting around right now. But I don't know. I'm really not going to get into that. That's neither here nor there. From what I've seen from other bikers, they either pass down the bike to their kid or they help their kid buy a used bike from a private seller. And you're right, Toby, that's exactly what they would do. So, but anyway, neither here nor there. Hey, I did want to bring up and something I've been using. Oh, that's this Sunday. Oh, okay, so Touring Midwest is not one of the monkeys. I'll get it right. I'll get it right here. I got guests lined up for the next 2 of my Sundays. So I'm all the way into mid-April with my guests ready to go for the show. So that's not for this show. That's for the fireside chat with the boys. This week we have a pretty good lineup and just finished your video this morning. Just finished your video. Oh, Ty's video this morning. Anyone getting to ride this weekend? We have a big, and I'll bring up what Anthony was just talking about. There's a big St. Patrick's Day poker run at our local dealership today. I've had multiple calls and said, hey, you're going to be there. Are you going up to the dealer? Are you going? I said, here's the thing. Our microwave died underneath in our kitchen. So the kitchen, we rebuilt and totally gutted and remodeled that kitchen probably 15 years ago. And everything in it, all the appliances, everything was brand new. Well, 15 years later, the microwave decided it's going to go south on us and die. So Mrs. HDR went out, picked up a new one 2 days ago. We were going to put it in, but it looked a little bit more involved than what I wanted to get into for the evening project. So we got the new one. So I have to put that in this morning. So she's down there now getting the cupboards cleaned out, getting everything ready for us to be able to pull the old one. So I can get the templates in. YouTube is great, man. Like I've never hung a microwave in the kitchen ever. I watched a YouTube video and now I'm going to be like a pro. I mean, not a problem. They give you templates in the box. You just put the template up on the wall. You mark your studs, put the bracket up, you slap it in there. There's already a hole in the cabinet for the plug because there are plugs inside the cabinet. And then you have to drill 2 holes down for the bolts to go into the top of the microwave. And perfect, So yeah, I'm like a pro. She's like, oh yeah, last time you said that, the shed fell down. I said, come on, get out of here. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to make the St. Patrick's Day poker run. Not that I'm a super big poker run fan. I don't like, and a lot of you guys may love it. And what myself and Henry usually do for any poker runs, we donate the money to the cause, whoever. We'll go and we'll ride to the first stop. It's usually the first bar, and they're usually 5 to 10 miles apart. So you're on your bike, you ride, boom, 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 park. Everybody gets a beer and a hot dog and a chili dog and a hamburger, whatever. And so you're there for an hour. You get on your bike, boom, boom, boom. You ride 5 more miles to the next bar. Everybody's there for an hour. Drink a beer, eat a hot dog. I never seen guys eat so many hot dogs and hamburgers in my life. Like every single stop. Like, do you really need that much food? But what happens is by that 8th stop, and everybody has 8 beers now, and you're riding with people you don't know. Very dangerous situation. I've seen a lot of wrecks on poker runs, a lot of crashes, man. And it's just horrible, horrible. And, even if people don't get hurt, you're not watching and the bikes are riding and bam, you slack into somebody else because you're riding down the road with 150 bikes you don't know. So be very, very careful on those. Toby, but did you record the microwave project? Like with Bodine, always try to record comedy, knowledge, and evidence. No, and we are not recording it. The only way I would record a microwave video that I've never put in before, I would do it first, tear it all apart, put it all back in the box, and go, today we're going to unbox this microwave and install this into our kitchen. And then I would do it all again because I don't want to look like a bumbling fool with it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. That's why somebody said the other day, did you record changing your brake fluid on your bike and the hydraulic clutch fluid? And it's like, no, because it was the first time any of us did it, and we weren't going to have any proof of that. It's not hard to do. Just always make sure when you're using that pump, keep pouring fluid in your reservoirs to keep the air out of your lines. Because if you get air in the line, you have to go to the dealer, and you have to get your ABS sensor hooked up to their computer to reset it. So that's why you don't want to air bubble in that ABS. So be very careful of that. You think it's worthwhile. Yeah. Smart move. Thanks, Paul. And good morning, Paul. Good morning, Webland or Webland. Good morning to you. Nice to have you in there morning. Ty from Tennessee. Good morning. James, I agree. The charity is the cause of support. A poker run it's my kind of riding. I like to empty the gas tank before stops. And you're right. So what we normally do is, I was getting back to that, is we normally go to the first stop, talk to some people, hang out, shake some hands, and give high fives and whatever. And then we'll get on the bikes. When they go if they go left, we go right, and we go riding off into the countryside somewhere and have a nice day. So anyway, good morning, Pink's Adventures. Good to have you on board this morning. And nice to have everybody in there this morning. Dusty in the Wind, good morning. Comic Relief bloopers. My video coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow is actually a covered bridge ride. And I was with Anthony, and the video starts off with a blooper. So, and if you watch all the way through the video to the end, you'll see the final bloopers. So there's a little incentive to watch that video all the way through. I think you're going to love it tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So I'm kind of on this 8 a.m. kick, right? 8 a.m. live stream, 8 a.m. video. Myself and Bob and Colin been talking, like, do we start putting out 3 videos a week or 2 videos a week? What's the magic number? I haven't decided. I mean, I just sat here this morning and edited 2 new videos, and they are going to be, they're going to be smashingly good, very good videos. So they're coming out too, but I don't know if I'm ready yet. I think the weather's still a little bit undecided. Just got my second Thursday night HD. Oh, your second video up for Thursday. Yeah, so I'm not sure yet if I'm going to start posting 2 again. I mean, I know YouTube says, their algorithm, the more you post, the more you get viewed, the more you get liked, the more you get upped in the ratings. But I'm shooting this year, and you guys will see it in the quality of my editing and the quality of my video. Remember, I used to talk on the show, and we would talk all the time about editing, and Bob and Colin said, oh man, it takes me 2 or 3 hours to edit, an 8-minute video. And I would laugh and be like, it takes me 8 minutes to edit an 8-minute video. This year, I've already been putting in, if it's a 10-minute video, I've been spending about an hour and a half on the editor. Just doing a lot of different stuff. And I think you're going to appreciate it. So at least I hope you do. Good morning, Henry. Good to see you. Viper 6, good morning. Dusty in the Wind, hello there. So, and Steve Streetglide, not interested. Yeah, you're right. It's about poker runs are about the charity that you're supporting, whatever that is. So, go in, give them the money. Um, sometimes we'll go back. They may have like a dinner at the end of the poker run at the place you start. So sometimes we'll go back and we'll eat the dinner or lunch, since you paid for it, essentially, right? And maybe then have a beer with the guys and sit and talk a little bit, but that's about it. I will ease up, I think, HD. Bob's going to ease up. And I'm not saying don't ease up. I'm fortunate to get not bad recovery from it. I am not. Are you guys going to Americade this year? No, and I get a lot of calls for that too, because I have friends in New York and I get a lot of calls if you're going to Americade, but it's hard. And you guys know it's hard to go to every event that's out there. The three of us talked about going on that longest poker run. We wanted to go and hang out with some of the guys and visit some of the people we never get to meet, like John, I'm talking about, built a Harley shop, built a motorcycle shop to get better videos, and now he can't create any videos because he's so busy. He doesn't realize that he's such a wonderful mechanic, and I'm sure this guy is amazing. That he's such a wonderful mechanic that he didn't realize the motorcycle business would John Maxwell, it would override his doing YouTube videos. I think he was trying to become, and he's pretty YouTube famous as far as fame goes, right? He has a lot of subscribers. He gets a lot of viewers. He probably makes a good chunk of money from YouTube. But then he found out he's making a lot more money off of fixing the motorcycles. That's what he does for a living. So it's hard to have that balance when you're a YouTuber. You guys know that. You get that balance in YouTube life where I have my job I have to go to every single day. And then I got this YouTube thing that is my hobby. And hey, if you get 2 million subscribers from somewhere and all of a sudden you have 2 million and you're getting 500,000 views every time you post a video within 2 hours, boom, 500,000 views, you can quit your day job. Just forget it. Live off the bike and hang out. And you live a pretty good life. So, but anyway, that's just the way it works. Real life interferes with his YouTube. It does now, but I'm very, very happy for the guy. I mean, that's what he wanted. He wanted to build a shop, but yeah, he said, look, when he built that watch, he put like studio lighting all around. He put camera angles all around because his idea was, if I can work on a bike and record it. And I think and I don't know his wife's name. I haven't seen her a whole lot, but if his wife would learn how to edit when she's sitting in the office taking orders or whatever, that might be a good team. But he can't shoot and edit and post, and that's a lot, He might do well just live streaming every day. That's what I would do in that shop. I would set cameras up and I would live stream it 24/7 when I'm working, and as he's talking, do whatever, maybe tell you what's going on. I think he'd have a really, really good business. So John just announced he's hiring an experienced mechanic to see what I mean? Southern Rider. Thank you. Yeah. So he's going to hire somebody else in there to help out. And that's exactly right. I mean, he's really, really doing well. The sponsorship factor, I don't know, but the next get more profit by selling partnership products. Drag, especially with your YouTube sponsorships. Yeah, I guess that's true too. If he has sponsorships and he's selling products for that sponsor, it's a win-win. I worked 50 hours a week and have 5 or 6 months and only have 5 or 6 months to ride. Going through, I do 1 video a week, but I'm going to try. Yeah, that's the part too. And people will ask me sometimes about my winter videos. And actually, it was on one of my most recent videos that came out. Was I get blamed a lot, like, oh, you're monetized now, so you have to post something all winter long. And that's not true. YouTube, you don't sign a contract with YouTube that says you must post a video a week. It's just not true. I do it, and as I said on the bike, I do it because of this. I do it because I want to keep the community going. I want to keep everything going. So Webland, thank you very much for the super sticker there. That's pretty cool. But so I want to keep everything going and be able to maintain us as a community. I have a video coming out here that I edited this morning, actually, talking about the YouTube motorcycle community. And I refer back to Mr. Nelson. Bob Nelson just did a very good video on why does he do this. And it's because of the community. We say that all the time. We don't do this to get rich. We don't do this for fame. It's not fame and fortune. We do this because we want to talk to other motorcyclists, right? So thank God I never got into like sewing machines or knitting or crocheting, because then I would have to do crocheting videos and have that community to go to. But if you look at YouTube, and I got locked into, I told Miss HDR, I said, I got locked in the YouTube bubble this morning. Good morning, retired biker, or retired rider. Thanks for coming in there this morning. I get caught in the YouTube bubble this morning, and you guys have gotten caught in the YouTube bubble. You know, oh, watch this video next. Oh, watch this. I didn't know. I read in the morning paper here, our local paper, a lady wrote an article about the joys and the classic typing sound of a typewriter. Now, if you've ever done any writing, a lot of you may know I wrote a novel. It is actually for sale on Amazon, along with 3 short stories that I did publish and I put on Amazon. You can find them on there under my name. You will locate those books. But when you write a book on a computer, it just doesn't have that class as writing it on an old typewriter, you know, just. And so then what I did, I started digging in and digging down a little bit. HDR becoming a red hat. What's wrong with my red hat? It's a nice hat. But yeah, so I read that article and I went and I looked for the movie. It was called Typewriting World or Typewriting something. It was done in 2017. And I didn't know Tom Hanks produced that movie, but he collects typewriters. And it was just so cool, super cool. But I fell in the YouTube bubble. So I watch and comment on all my subscribers' videos. Good thing that I have timer. Viper 6, you are a very good commenter, as well as everybody else is on here. I get a lot of comments from Viper 6, and he does watch a lot of videos. So YouTube bubble happens with the first video of yours I watched. I was like, I know the area. Who is this guy? And Anthony's right. It's funny, when I first met Anthony, I mean, we ride together now. We have a big ride planned on coming up here. Anthony, don't tell anybody. It's just going to be myself and Anthony going. It's going to be an all-day trip. We're going to be leaving. We talked last night a little bit. I think it was last night. We're going to leave at like 6:30 in the morning, and we're not going to be back until the evening. And it's not an iron butt challenge. So, but it's going to be an amazing ride. I really can't wait. I told Miss HDR, she said, you two are out of your mind. She said, that's crazy and ridiculous, but we're going to do it together just to do it. But I first met Anthony at a hog chapter meeting. I walked in, I sat down with, I think Mrs. HDR was there with me. We sat down. He goes, aren't you HDR? And I said, and you know, you always wonder, but if you're in a hog meeting, it kind of makes sense to other riders. When people come up to you in a mall or in a store and said, are you HDR? Then you have to kind of wonder, like, what did I do? How do you really know me? But it was cool because I got to sit down and start talking to him. Red Hat Ladies is a Southern thing. Yeah, I'm going to have to look up Red Hat Ladies. I don't know what that actually is, but so then ever since we've ridden together, we have, you know, natural bond with the motorcycles. So it's really really cool. So Sunday morning sewing with HDR. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning sewing with HDR. Today we're going to do a cross stitch pattern. Oh, we'll love it. Let's put our fabric onto the sewing machine. Look at that, a cross stitch pattern. What the heck? That wouldn't be good at all. Speaking of which, if you haven't noticed, Geared Raven 72 Journey series, I highly, yeah, and I've been watching some of the Geared Raven 72's journey. It's definitely an interesting series. Does everybody think that? Let's get a general poll going on. This is something for you to think about this morning. And myself, I mean, I've been talking to some motive vloggers about this. Is it better for a motive vlogger to go out when every time they go out ride, they film? Okay, so And I try not to do that. I try my very, don't turn that camera on, leave the camera off, enjoy the ride, enjoy the motorcycle. I didn't get into motorcycling to make videos, right? I started recording videos to record some of my motorcycle rides, but I don't want to ride to record. That's just crazy. Like days I ride with Anthony, we may turn the camera on. You'll see tomorrow in the video. We turned the camera on here and there, but we rode like, I think that day we did like 240 miles or 225 that day. And the camera didn't roll the whole time. We enjoyed company. We enjoyed communicating on the centers, just laughing and having a good time and hitting backcountry roads, man. So that sounded Irish. I'm sorry. It might have sounded a little Irish. I was trying to sound like, what was that lady's name? Mrs. Doubtfire. Remember Mrs. Doubtfire? But so what I'm thinking of doing, though, is what is in your coffee this morning, HR? It turned out to be a happy Irish. Good morning, everyone. Hey, good morning, RG. What's in my coffee? There's only Sanka in my cup. Remember that commercial? Start your day off with Maxwell House. It's good to the last drop. Or was that Maxwell House? Or Sanka? I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm asking everybody here in the community this morning, since we have a good bit of you in here, is it better for motovloggers to do that? Like every time you go out film, well, I'm going to work this morning and, I got to work 8 hours today. And every day that I'm going to work, I got to work 8 hours. Kind of makes sense, right? Or do you think it's better to take videos like Itchy Boots does? We try to get Itchy Boots on our show. Mrs. HDR was trying to, she actually got hold of her publicist, Itchy Boots publicist. And she said, hey, look, we'd love to have you on, fireside chat with the boys. And Itchy Boots declined because she said, I'm getting ready to film series 6. She was preparing her bikes. She's in Africa. So is it better to do a series and like make it like a mini series for you guys to watch? Or is it better to do that video every day? Like, well, I'm going to the store today and I got to pick up some X-Lax, because I'm not as comfortable as I used to be. Is that what you want? We don't know as motovloggers what everybody wants to watch. Or what do you tune to? I tend to tune to Itchy Boots because I like the series. I like what she does each day. I like how she puts it together. And I know it has an ending at some point. So just some things I'm thinking about. Sometimes I just have to ride to record, mainly because my riding season is 5 months, if I'm lucky. Yeah, and I get that too, Viper, But I watched one young girl, honestly, and I called, I don't know where he's at this morning either. Be the Rider PA is actually doing some honey-do list stuff this morning so he can go riding later. But I called him the other day to tell him about this young girl I found that I don't know. She was stumbling on people doing YouTube motovlog videos. She thought, man, I could do that motovlogging stuff. She went out, she bought her helmet, she bought the camera, she set her gear up. Then she goes out and buys a motorcycle. First motorcycle she's ever owned in her entire life. The only reason she has that motorcycle is to do motovlogging videos. I was like, now that is somebody I would say go out and get a sewing machine. You probably should not have bought the motorcycle. Good morning, Tennessee Wingman. Good to have you in there this morning. Paul, good morning. Strictly from viewer, I like of the random things over the planned stuff. Okay, so I get that. So the random stuff, yeah, I mean, I get it. But we were talking this year on our vacation. We're going, myself and Miss HR I'm trying to get her to be out for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. And we have a couple destinations. One is actually picked. She goes, you're nothing but a dreamer. You're nothing but a dreamer. I'm like, I am not dreaming. I said, either you'll be on the back of the bike or there'll be extra luggage back there, but I'm going. And I'm thinking instead of posting a video every night on my vacation, like I used to, that's a lot of hassle. When I come back, I want to do a series of that trip so I can look at all the footage, have B-roll footage. And if you don't know what B-roll is, that's just maybe riding or walking around a town, or maybe flying your drone over a mountaintop to show the viewer and to pull the viewer into your video. Instead of just saying, well, we're riding down the road here. We're going from, Nashville over to Memphis. It's about 422 miles. We're about halfway in now. Okay, we have to stop for gasoline. Yeah, it's not too exciting, right? So hopefully that'll be a big difference. Mrs. HDR's in there. Hey, a sewing machine. Yes, yes, hon. They were talking about, I told him, I said, if I did a sewing video, I would have to do a cross stitch, but then we would be in the sewing community. We wouldn't be in the motorcycle community. So, and don't sing. What do you mean don't sing? I'm a very good singer. She can hear me downstairs. You can always drop her off the bus station. Oh, don't tell her that. When we went to Sturgis, it was our first long trip. I don't know how many miles it was from here. And I don't really remember, almost 2,000 miles round trip, maybe a little bit more than that. But it was our first long trip for both of us. And we rode out to Sturgis and went out to Wyoming. And it took us 3 days out and 4 days back. And we spent a total of 2 weeks. We had 2 weeks vacation time to use up. And, we were honestly really, really worried about that. She goes, don't worry. I have a credit card. If I get out there, I'll fly home and you get home when you can. So yeah, don't tell her I can drop her at the bus station because she will do that. Yeah, no, we like to ride. Those who ride together, stay together. See, she'd rather be dropped off at the airport. I told you she's downstairs. I told her get up here and get on the video this morning. You guys like to see her, but the studio only sent over one makeup artist for me today. You can see how nice I look. Skin looks perfect. But they didn't send over the hair person for Mrs. HDR, so she couldn't be on the show. So, the trip was over 3,000 miles. Okay, thanks. When we went out to Wyoming and back, so over 3,000 miles, and it was the first trip we've ever taken lengthwise, long trips, and it's scary. It's a very scary thing, especially if your spouse, either your wife or your husband, don't ride with you that much, and you don't get out a lot. I'm talking. We started doing trips from our house to Erie, which is about 150 miles. And I remember one day there was a Krispy Kreme donut that came out. It was a Reese cup donut. And Mrs. HDR actually came in and said, hey, do you think you can ride me on the motorcycle up to Erie to pick up a dozen of these donuts? Because the local shops here wouldn't carry it. Because if you have a peanut allergy, they didn't want you to get sick. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing, so don't sell the donut because somebody's a peanut allergy. Get the heck out of here. So anyway, so she goes, well, let's go to Erie. So we jumped on the bike and rode to Erie, got to donuts, had a cup of coffee, jumped back on the bike and came home that same day, rode all the way back. So, that's the kind of stuff that builds this stamina. It gets you built up and gets you ready for that long ride. That, what it's like to be on the motorcycle, what it's like to be 200 miles in, all of a sudden, boom, it's raining and it's pouring. And what are you going to do? Your spouse has to know, like, don't freak out. Don't get excited. It's okay. There's times where we didn't stop, put the rain gear on, just get wet. If you can see blue skies ahead of you, go for it, man. Just go for it and just keep riding. And so it's just building up over time. And, but when we went to Sturgis, we were both nervous. I mean, we both didn't sleep the night before. And it was kind of scary, to get on the bike and know that that's your vehicle for 2 weeks, for 2 whole weeks. That's all you have. You go to, well, here's a trick. I'll give you one trick. We did it in Tennessee. You get to the hotel, you don't want to ride anymore. You're like, I'm done. I'm done for the day. Put the bike away, get the luggage in the room. Change your clothes, put your tennis shoes on. Always carry tennis shoes. You don't want to wear boots all day. Put your tennis shoes on, went down, and get yourself an Uber to get into town or go to a restaurant or something that way. That's nice to do that. So you can do that. So technically, your motorcycle is not the only transportation you have. So Mrs. HDR would like to start collecting gnomes. No, Mrs. HDR would not like to start collecting gnomes. Mrs. HDR likes to send gnomes to other people's wives that collect them. So, no, Dawn and Lori have, yeah, Dawn and Lori have the corner of gnomes. See, Bob, she's answering you. So, I just seen a video. Good morning, HDR. Good morning, Jim Wilson. I was a motive vlogger. I don't think I would be recording nonstop. I would try to do it when I was thinking something was interesting. I knew I might miss some things, but that's what I would do. We talked a lot about that, guys, and we've been talking to other moto vloggers out there. And what seems to be going down now is um, watching some of the channels that we watch. Sometimes, guys, let your cameras roll, even if you're not talking. The idea there is, and you'll watch some of my upcoming videos, you get what they call B-roll. B-roll is something you're going to use outside of what you're using, right? Make sure make sure it works with what you're doing. Don't be going down the highway and next thing you'll be running B-roll of you riding a country road because you're not in that same area at the same time. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so now I leave my camera run a little bit more. I got a lot of footage when I was out with Anthony that I didn't use. But if I wanted it, I could put it in. So does HDR stop? I don't stop at all the gnome outlets. I think on our trip with Bob and Colin, we're gonna be stopping at if it says gnome 200 miles out of your way, I think we'll be going because their wives are really into gnomes. Me and my wife got caught in a rain shower. I asked if she wanted me to pull over. I'm going to throw this up here so I can read this. She wanted me to pull over. She said, nope, just keep on going because God showers the rides to be nice. So we kept going. Yeah, if it looks like there's blue skies in front of us, we will not stop because you're going to dry out. It doesn't take long to dry out on a motorcycle. If it looks like it's going to be a downpour and you just pull under an overpass, safely, put your rain gear on. And when you're pulling out, make sure first you turn your four ways on so you let all the traffic know behind you to start pulling over. When it looks like it's clear, put your left blinker on and get out on the highway. Because it's dangerous to pull off the highway on these berms. I mean, that's just bad news. Let's see. Tap your heels together 3 times. There's no place like gnome. There's no place like gnome. Oh, retired biker. I don't know. That wasn't a great joke, but I ran 2 cameras, one on B-roll and one on main camera. Harley Roadshow. Yeah, Harley Roadshow is one of the people we had on our fireside chat with the boys, and him and his wife do an awesome job with creating an essence of bringing you into what they're doing. I think that's what YouTube is all. That's what motovlogging is about. I got a lot of complaints on my earlier videos from people saying, well, you ride somewhere like you go to dinner or you go to like the Crooked Dock down in Wellsburg, West Virginia. We like to go there, but nobody's ever seen the Crooked Dock. And I'm like, well, what does it look like? What does the restaurant look like? Why is it called the Crooked Dock? So you have to film on and off the bike and give people that sense of bringing them with you. You wouldn't take your family on a car trip. Well, maybe you would. You wouldn't take your family on a car trip and leave them locked in the car and you go to Wally World and start riding the roller coasters, right? Was it Wally World? Is that where he went? I don't know. Remember Vacation? Chevy Chase went to an amusement park. So, but yeah, so I think that's the big thing. By the way, Adam Sandoval will be live streaming with the military biker at 2 p.m. Eastern for those interested. Hey, that's cool. It's always good to see him out with the military groups. I do enjoy that a lot. I do want to show you one thing, though. If you're doing YouTube videos, I see a lot of guys get caught doing this, and you want to put some music with your video, okay? So you want to add some music to your video. I want to show you this because this is so important. Don't put like AC/DC on there or something. You want to go to this website, and I'll stick it in the chat room here. Let me see here if I can grab this URL. Copy it. Let me see if I can paste it in the chat room here real quick. Paste. So you want to go to that URL, and what this is all free, royalty-free music that you can use on your YouTube stuff. There's all kind of genres on here. So I can filter it out by genre, and I can look down through here and say, well, what would I want? Maybe you want some dance, some electronic stuff. I don't know. You can use these for openers. Okay, once you get the idea of what you want, just go over and click on download. And you download it, and you'll see it'll come up as an MP3, right? Just grab it, throw it in whatever folder you're currently working on, pull that into your editor program, and just drop it on your timeline. You can cut it, chop it up, use it, do whatever you want to with it. So, but I wanted to throw that out there to everybody because so many people say, well, where do you get the music? It's free. So if you're just starting out, Mr. B says go 100 videos. Just get 100 videos out in the first year. You're going to be crap by the point is to get the familiar and better at editing. Yeah, and knowledge, motive, logs, nature. I don't know about knowledge or Bob, but I mean, working with you and Colin a lot, like it shows me like some, editing is key. And somebody's just saying you put more videos out. Here's the truth, folks. If you put 500 videos out a year and it's 500 videos, it's absolutely garbage. Nobody's watching. I busted a bubble the other day for this guy, and he's one of my subscribers, really nice guy. And when somebody has like 22 or 23 subscribers, I go to their channel and I want to see what's there. Maybe I want to subscribe to you and, I want to help out. Every single video of his was nothing but him starting a bike and then just music when he's riding down the road. And I said, if you don't talk and there's no personality, there's no sense doing a video. Don't just cut them all to music. You can put music in. I think that's awful. That's cool breaking it up. But let somebody know who you are. And we always talk about that. Be real. Be real, Be yourself. I mean, so if you want to put music on, buy a guitar, learn how to play it, sit in your garage and play guitar on YouTube and sing to people. Don't ride a motorcycle and play music. It's just not cool. But anyway, so that's my personal opinion. And I told him so. And I said, I'm sorry. I'm so straightforward and I'm so outspoken about this. But if you want to gain subscribers, so what I'm telling you guys, if you put 500 videos out in the first year and they're absolutely garbage, then nobody's going to subscribe anyway. It's not quantity, it's quality. If you put quality stuff out there, people are going to find you and then people are going to start talking about you. Toby's going to call me. Toby Norton's going, oh, HDR, I just seen this dude on. His videos are amazing. Bob calls me all the time. Did you watch this girl, this woman, Itchy Boots? And I'm like, I don't care if her boots are itchy. I don't really care. And I started watching. I'm like, this woman is amazing. One is she's female that rides, but two is she's not scared to go. I would be scared to ride in South Africa by myself. The other day she just pulled up and said, hi, is this where I'm supposed to be? Because she's from like the Netherlands, right? So she has that accent. And the young man opens the gate. You have to go through a gate to get to a hotel room. So scary. But she does it, and it's amazing. So yeah, you have to engage with the viewer. Harley Roadshow, you're right. You're exactly right. And I like how you phrased that. You have to engage with the viewer. So I forget who said that earlier, but I don't believe that's true. Just because you put out 150 videos in your first year and you should have 1,000 subscribers and you don't, and watch what you're putting out there. That's all I'm saying. All of us probably, can do different things. I'm sure we can all do something different. HD AV Traveler, thank you very much that you agree there. Yeah, you have to be real. Oh, there's Be the Rider PA. Good stuff. I used to download them. Oh yeah, the music, the audio clips are very, very good. Mix and match them, do whatever you want to with them. They don't care. Just do what feels right on the ride to the right. Right. So, when I first started out, I thought, I'm going to be really cool. And I rode for years, 25 years. I took some time off to raise kids. The old cliche of we all do that, right? Because, when you have young kids, I don't know. They won't fit on the bike. I don't know why we take time off, but we do. But here's where I'm going with that is, so when I started doing motovlog, I thought, well, I'm going to teach people, if I turn the left turn signal on, I'm going to lean the bike a little to the left and the bike will go left. If I turn the right turn signal on and, or if you hit the throttle real hard and pop the clutch, you will do a wheelie. And then I found out very, very quickly that people don't watch my crap to learn how to ride a motorcycle. People are watching your videos to be entertained. If they're watching your videos, now there are some very, very good videos out there of how to ride a motorcycle, and thank you people for doing them. We had the one guest on our show, and he is very, very good. And that's why people always yell at me now, why do you get on the right side of the bike? Because he told me I should, and he's a motorcycle trainer, and there's reasons for doing that. Because if the kickstand gives away or something happens, the bike won't fall on me. It'll fall away from me. Okay, so there's very good reasoning for that. Do I still get on the left side of the bike? Sometimes. Even with Miss HR, she's like, you didn't get on right. And I'm like, oh. But if the bike's leaning a certain way, I don't know. It's weird. But you got to grab that with your right hand. Grab that right brake. Step back and just slide your leg right across. Then you have to fold your backrest down all the time. I used to hate fold your backrest down. Get your leg all the way over that backrest and back over. That's a pain. I would always strain muscles in my legs, and it's not very nice to do that. So, hey, Chuck, have a good day, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Use music to create a mood. I do like that. Harley Roadshow, you're right. And you said that during our show is you have to find the proper music to set the proper mood to what you're doing. Do you remember as a kid going to the movie theater and you'd go in and they would play this loud music and it was just like instrumental, but you knew like Star Wars was coming or something big. When I was growing up, we lived by a guy that managed a local movie theater, and he brought me up. I wish I would have kept them a whole box of 45s from the movie theater that they would play before the movie. And they had all these different great tracks on there, but those have long been gone, man, destroyed after so many moves. But that would have been classic stuff to have. Use music at the same time as changing the color grade or using slow motion creates interest. Talk about what you like on your vlogs, dinner rides, and sites to share. Yeah, and I think that's right, be the writer. And when I started doing my other channel, if anybody's ever seen it, it's 42 Techno Man. Number 4, the number 2 Techno Man. There's a little bit over 22,000 subscribers over there. And when I started doing those videos, I could not find anybody teaching Photoshop or, I'm a technologist, or Windows servers without that crazy typing. Like they don't have a microphone. They can't afford a mic. I don't know. Most webcams have a mic built in. It's better to talk and sound crappy sometimes. I can't say it. Audio is very important. So I decided that I was going to start taking my Photoshop abilities and putting them on and buy a nice microphone, and I was going to talk and work people through this. And I started with 1 subscriber, and then you have the 10, and then the 50, then the 100, and that channel just blew up. And I still do stuff over there. I'm working on a series right now for that channel, and I got people emailing me every day from that channel too, saying, "Hey, we need new stuff. We're very interested." So I do technology related stuff on there and photography related stuff on there. So I should probably do some editing stuff, but there's people out there that use DaVinci Resolve that are way better than I'll ever be. So I just had to watch a guy's video this morning to find out how to fade music out. And, so when you're playing a clip, so it fades down and you can hear the person talking. And so I won't do those. I don't believe in doing videos on something I don't know about, but Harley 103, have a great weekend. Thank you for stopping by. We hope we see you tomorrow evening for the fireside chat with the boys. It's going to be a good one. Let's see here. Toby says, Toby, what did you say? Doesn't have to be within the first year. Point is to get the hesitation out of the way. Many newbies don't want to screw it up. They want to be perfect video at the first time. Yep. Here's the problem with perfect videos. I've learned this too over the years. If it's too perfect, it's over edited. A video of mine came out a few weeks ago and I got blasted. I can't believe you sneezed into your shield. I can't believe you sneezed in that full face helmet. That's disgusting. You got to be despicable. What's the matter with you, HDR? You're nasty. I'm like, first of all, it's my freaking helmet. Second of all, it was my sneeze. Third of all, it came upon me like in no time and I had to sneeze. I didn't have time to pull the bike over, take the helmet off, and react to that. I left it in. I could have edited that out and you would have never known it was either there. Or you're riding along and you say a curse word, like something just pops in your head. Leave it in. Something happened, as long as it's not nasty and really super bad word, But if you said, I'm going around the corner like, oh, hell, I almost dumped the bike. that's telling a story, right? So don't over edit. That's all I'm saying. If it's too perfect, it's over edited. I guarantee it's over edited. So, but I get your point. I remember when you started, took you guys to Mason Dixon barbecue. You're right. And that video is still online. The Mason Dixon barbecue video. Are you serious? Criticized for sneezing in your helmet. That's crap. You're right, Toby. It was very organic. It happened. I even told Miss Facer, I said, so I blasted a sneeze inside my full face helmet. Okay, it happened. But man, I got like ridiculed over that one. It just happened, dude. You know. But anyway, that's part of being on YouTube. Miss H-Star often told me if you don't have thick skin, you couldn't be on YouTube, you know, because you have to take, we have way more positive, and thanks to all you guys for the thumbs up. And I understand YouTube's getting rid of the thumbs down because it means absolutely nothing. So they're getting rid of that. I don't know when that's happening, hopefully soon. But so we get way more positive feedback from everybody. All you guys, I give you positive feedback. You give me positive feedback. We're great friends in the community. Yeah, who hasn't sneezed in their helmet? You're right, Paul. Apparently, the people that blasted me on my comments, apparently they never sneezed in their helmet. But you know, but you have to have thick skin because you're going to get some negativity. I know the first time Bob got his first thumbs down, he called me and like he was hysterical. Like he wanted to know who did it. He wanted to go find these people. He wanted to hunt them down, slice their tires in their car. And I was like, Bob, you can't do that. I said, let me tell you what. He said, what's that? I said, you made it. And when you start getting thumbs down, you made it. You made it. You made it on YouTube. People are recognizing you. And the only time you get any negativity is when you made it. So always remember, I told you that. If you get a thumbs down, congratulate yourself. Give yourself a beer, take a shot of whiskey, because you made it to the top. That's kind of how I feel about it. But edit too much and it's not real. You're right. The primary editing I do is to remove dead space. Other than that, it's just adding what I like personally. And you're right. That's the way to edit the video. So, you know, remove some dead space. You know, could leave that in there, put a little sound clip in there, have a little B-roll as you're riding. You know, you're riding down the road. Hey, this is Toby, and I'm talking about my motorcycle that. Hey, we're riding out here to get some hot dogs. You know what I mean? So a little transitioning of music there. Always good things. Mr. G 1965, you got a thumbs down a couple times. Makes me almost cry. Mr. G, I will go out and look for them and beat them down because you do not give Mr. G 1965 a thumbs down. You do not do that. He gives all of us great shout outs. Why are we going to be mad at this man? Oh, my goodness. Maybe Mr. G, you know who it was? Somebody you didn't shout out. That's probably who it was. That could happen. So, oh, well, anyway. I stalled my new bike on the first ride. I didn't take it out. Yeah, I remember Be the Rider said that. He got this new motorcycle, this 2021, and it's got this clutch. It's not hydraulic. It's one of those old-fashioned clutches. And he doesn't remember how to ride those old-fashioned ones, and he stalled the motorcycle. You have to get used to that clutch again. It's just, cable clutches are fine. I'm just kidding. It's just something I pick on him about. So, good morning, PA Biker 65 Ultra. Glad to have you in there, man. Good to have everybody in there this morning. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. As I said, I have to go downstairs now, go out to the garage, get some tools, take the old microwave out, find what I need, run down to the hardware store if I need some bolts, get the new microwave in there. So maybe I can go for a motorcycle ride today. You know, remember that song? I hope and I pray that maybe one day I can ride my motorcycle again. Yes, once again. We all think that all winter long. So thanks, Bodine. Hopefully with some good advice on the music clips. Use that site I put in there. Bookmark it for everybody. Mike Bodine, Bob, did Bob give you a thumbs down? Maybe. Then you call me and be like, oh, man, sorry I gave you a thumbs down, but your editing sucked. So I'm just saying. Hey, but thanks, everybody, for being in here in the morning here with, again, Coffee with HDR. 1 hour of fantastic motorcycle power coming your way each and every week. I'm glad you guys joined me here. Please join again next Saturday. Watch tomorrow for the fireside chat with the boys tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be on Bronco Rides channel. Don't forget, my thing just came up. Set your clocks ahead 1 hour. Don't be late, because if you're late, we'll be gone. Then you'll be like, you weren't on live. Like, yeah, but you came in at 7 o'clock and not 6 o'clock. So again, thanks everybody. Have a great day and have a great weekend. We will see most of you tomorrow night. If not, I'll see you next Saturday morning. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Remember, ride your own ride. Be safe out there. Harley Day Rider will be down and out in the lovely studios of HDR. Bye for now.